This session brought to you by Odyssey Games for pre-orders and sealed product, CCG Prime for tons of singles and supplies, Cardo Doko for international rulers looking for product, and fowlibrary.com for articles and wonderful deck lists, as well as our guest lecturer members King Pearlshine, Vite Ramen. Class is in session.
Cool.
Hey there, rulers! Welcome back after a long wait of Force of Will to your favorite ever live Force of Will podcast. It's Office Hours, featuring myself, DMO73, and I'm joined as always by Mike Rance.
What up, y'all?
It's just the two of us tonight. Paul is unfortunately not able to join us, but it's going to be a good time. Just a few little housekeeping things as always. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out Odyssey Games. You can go ahead and get pre-orders of the new set there if they haven't sold out by now, but they'll post more later, so be sure to tune in there. And you can go into the description below to get all the information about FowFest 2023, because, you gotta be there, for sure.
Oh my god.
We've been posting about all the amazing prize support that we're getting. I've finally ordered the last little pieces of prize support that are on their way, so those are sick. It's going to be just an awesome time. And you can get access to this amazing playmat. Let me find it here. It's right here. Nope, that's one of the playmats you can win on the prize wall. It's right here. And then I'll push it in front of our beautiful faces. This is the event playmat for FowFest 2023. It's going to be insane. I have them in person. They look absolutely amazing.
It's beautiful,
it's well
Jeremy.
time. Yay!
Oh, no, it's on.
It is beautiful.
Nice. Hang on. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's going to load. It's going to load. Yeah! There we go. So, but enough about that. We got some news to talk about today, and we got spoilers. Do you want to talk about news first, or do you want to talk about spoilers?
Let's talk about news first. I feel like spoilers are always nice to segue off.
So today actually marks the 1 year anniversary of the official launch of the new Force of Will TCG official YouTube channel, which is kind of great. It's been a year since the reveal of Rio. Let's all say happy anniversary to Rio.
Happy anniversary, Rio.
Sure.
I'm so happy I got to meet him.
Yeah, Rio was great. So happy anniversary there. And we got some big news. So first off, we were told that we're pretty sure it's going to be in set 5, but at least in set 6, there's no more life point cards anymore in packs. They're gone. They have finally gotten rid of them. They
now
are
it's
being
filler commons again.
They are actually going to be replaced with gonna keep being tokens, so like item cards, like the energized coins, tokens, and stuff. But in those slots are gonna be ABC rulers in the packs and dual stone reprints. So all 10 of the OG dual stones and all 10 of the 4C stones are going to be in the cycle in that 10th slot.
Wait, who's 4C stones?
The 4C stones. Yep. So
this is kind of sick. I didn't even read that part. I can't read, dude.
Read really easy access to all of those dual stones and 4C stones, which is a huge boon to the company or to the community. Absolutely insane. And life point cards being gone is sick. It's just awesome. Also, go ahead. You had a thought.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm very happy the life point cards are gone. Those things are bulk within bulk.
Yeah, for sure. They are gone forever at this point. So the other cool thing that has come out is that ABC decks, the decks that we received at Worlds, are being packaged up in sets of 5, like there was at Worlds, and are being shipped to LGS stores to be able to be handed out to players for free as a way to get into ABC.
I don't think anybody understands how baller this is.
Yeah, for sure.
Those decks are stacked.
Yeah, those decks are also just in general are a great way to get into playing ABC, which honestly is a super fun format. I absolutely adore playing ABC. It's been a really great time. Even when I lose, I'm just like, man, let's play another round. Let's go.
The only time I would never say that is in the blue-green versus blue-green versus blue-green.
Yeah. Well, you all chose that life. You all chose that life.
I did. No, I was chosen by Deepwood Ruler.
Yeah, for sure. But that's a cool product that is going to be available to just be able to hand out, and it's something that very obviously the company can probably just reprint into oblivion, right? So if more stores are requesting it, they can just say, hey, let's do another round of these free ABC decks and just print them out and everything else. They did a really good job. Now, if those decks reach stores is another story. I mean, that's a true problem that happens with Force of Will is distribution models and stuff. Hopefully that gets continues to be addressed. We see some progress on that here and there. But also, there will be those of us who will have access to them and then maybe try to get them into the community, or seeing if they are willing to send a shipment of them to FowFest to be able to hand out at FowFest or stuff like that. These are a free product. They're not for sale. So it'll be easy to, try to figure out ways to get these into players' hands, which is great. So yeah, that was all the news, and it was honestly pretty sick. Like,
that's big.
Yeah, those are both very huge things. Those are very huge things. And they also gave us some spoilers, actually, during a video that was released today. So we can actually do those spoilers first.
Yeah, I haven't seen those. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Yeah, there's three of them here. Very cool to see them kind of giving us this spoil stuff. We have the World Tree Fairy. Da-da-da. Which is 1 white, 3/3 with flying and barrier parentheses cards that share an attribute with 7 kings rulers you own revealed outside the game. So if you have a water card, water 7 kings revealed, it has barrier water, so forth, so forth. It gains +2/+2 for every 7 kings ruler you own revealed outside the game. And enter, you may reveal a 7 kings ruler you own from outside the game that doesn't share a name, and keep it revealed until the end of the game. So a nice little way to get to those reveals faster, right? It's very, very cool. Do want to say really quickly to the chat, Righteous Oxide. Now the next Met has to be the Husbandos. You say that as if I already don't have a design for it. The 2020 yeah, the 2025 FowFest, Matt, because we're not doing a FowFest in 2024, as we've previously discussed, is going to be the Husbandos in like a host club style artwork, which I think is going to be very, very nice. Now, LEYT, new Foul Lover that hasn't played since Rhea Cluster. Well, you're in luck. Next set. How is the game player base honestly nowadays? Has it increased? Certainly stabilized and slowly growing. It is solidly in the upper echelons of the tier 2 game space, but it is truly a tier 2 game. So you think about like, card fight, battle spirits in a sense.
Digimon, maybe.
Digimon, My Hero, like that kind of stuff. Like, if you can find a community, it's pretty committed, but it can be sometimes hard to find a community and get one established. So,
you can't just walk into any shop like with Magic where you just know that there's going to be a player base for it. But that's part of the fun of it. You make your own community.
Yeah, for sure. So this card's great. It's probably the simplest of the World Tree like reveals so far, but the fact that just like right out the gate it's a 5/5 flyer for 1 that you can just pick the color your opponent is playing and be protected from it is like, yeah, okay, I'm down with this. So that's neat. Also, the artwork is phenomenal. So like, great.
I mean, to be fair, most of the fairies artworks have been pretty phenomenal so far.
Not wrong, not wrong. Next up, we have the World Tree Mermaid. For the fact that it doesn't have an anime or video game, it's doing really well. Yeah, for sure. So one blue 3/3 that once again gains +2/+2, prevents all damage that would be dealt to this card by chance. Your opponent must target this. Yeah, must target this card with spells or abilities if able, and on enter it does a reveal. So it's Lightning Rod Mermaid without the stupidity that is gains barrier in response. I like it. Also will be a very good sideboard card against any red deck.
Also be very fun to add in. It'll be so much fun to add this into ABC too, so you can have Lightning Rod Mermaid and World Tree Mermaid.
Don't play okay. I'm gonna say this. Lightning Rod Mermaid is a terrible card in ABC, and you shouldn't play it in your deck. Just like don't play it. It's not good for healthy game state. This card though, I'm okay with this card existing in ABC because first off, it won't do anything to reveal from outside the game, so like sure, and then it'll die immediately. But yeah, this card is cool. Um, I don't know how good it is. It feels like it's definitely a card that will be sideboarded, but like even if I wasn't playing um a Seven Kings reveal deck, I would sideboard this against red. Right? Because most burn spells are J/player, like J/resonator or player and target. So then you just stick this on field and be like, it can't take damage and you have to target it. So like, there we go.
Over Witch of Quenched Fire, there's a new red hate spell in the game.
Yeah, this is better because of the fact that like there are stuff for red that says this damage can't be prevented, and Witch of Quenched Fire says it prevents the damage.
Yes,
so,
Rustin, like, do not play Lightning Rod Mermaid in ABC.
Yeah,
don't do it. Don't, especially if you're facing up against Jeremy.
I get so mad at that card. I get so much that card in ABC. Lastly, we have our first extra extension ruler. So we've already seen one of them. So now we have one more. This is Legacy, the Virtuous of the World Tree. It allows you to partner Tina with Alice, Girl of the Lake. So Fairy Alice. And it makes it so you pay 2 less for her judgment and gives Alice Fairy Queen imperishable. This is really good, even more so if it works with Ascended Alice.
Yeah, so there's currently name, doesn't she?
Yeah, but it's a matter of like, does that name apply during deck building or not, which is when the rule extension applies its ability. So we're currently waiting to hear back from the company on that. If it does work with Ascended Alice, yeah, Fairy Tribal is very much going to be a competitive deck.
Like I'm pretty sure it has to. Like the card doesn't say in like a specific zone. It just says this card gains the name. Yeah,
and that's the matter of like when is it applying its ability to gain the name Alice, Girl of the Lake? That's the question. So I could see it going either way, and honestly, I'd be happy with it either way. Is fine, because like removing 2 from the judgment cost is already incredibly relevant, regardless of which Alice it is. So it's great. It just means that the God Art becomes 2 white instead of 1 white if you don't use the Ascended, which is again probably fine.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Very cool card. Beautiful card. Very cool.
I will say, I do wish that they had something with this similar to the Grim Cluster extension rule, where it wasn't just 2 ruler specific, where you had more kind of like permutations.
Yeah, but we talked about that last week, right? Of like, is it better to have generic versus the fact that this adds other abilities to those rulers as opposed
it has
to
make
tag.
Up for it.
It does like make up for the fact that it's specific. It's not like just tagging them, which I think is probably a fair trade-off. Speculation Mania on the final XR. Okay, if it's not specific, and it's Alice Cluster, wild speculation, Mike. Who is it allowing to partner together? Go.
Gil Lapis and Dark Tree.
We already have a Dark Tree partner, and also Dark Tree is Lapis Cluster.
I don't know things anymore, dude. I don't remember anything about anyone.
That's a fair point.
It's gonna be. Oh no! I got it. Your mom and.
Okay, moving on. Let's go talk about some spoilers. Let's see. Last week we covered we covered all of the skills for Maya, I believe. No, we did not. Did we talk about the Severing Winds? No, we did not. I'm trying to double check what all we talked about last week. We talked through.
We didn't talk about Wild Conquest. We talked about Beasts of the Wind and Ginkgo, right?
We talked about. Did we talk about Beasts of the Wind and Ginkgo?
Oh, we had to talk. No, we had to talk about Wild Conquest because it was revealed on August 14th, our last podcast.
So we stopped at Wild Conquest. Okay,
which means it's Tigre Sateado.
Yeah. So we've. Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about it. Maya and Priscia. That's a good one for Jeremy Gill plus. I would love to play freaking Gil Lapis plus Knee Clouds. That'd be great. Uh, so we have Tiger, the Star Tiger Fur. It counts as a Magic Stone, Wind type Magic Stone. Enter,
So
draws a card,
Jeremy,
has
please
quick
pronounce the
cast.
name correctly.
No. And Seal X, where X is 6 minus entities with Wind Magic Stone type Wind Magic Stone you control. So the way to think about this is for every Wind Magic Stone type Wind Magic Stone, you reduce from 6 down, and then you have to have the number of Magic Stones equal to whatever that final number is minus all the reductions. So with just Tiger on the field, if you have 5 stones, you will get to be able to contract. If you have Tiger and 3 Magic Stones of Gusting Skies, you will be able to contract like immediately because your 6 goes down to 2 and you've got 3 stones. So you made it. Good job.
I'm really glad that Alejandro's in the chat right
Tigre
now.
Plateado.
Plateado.
Tigre Plateado.
You're doing the Italian hand, Jeremy. First of all,
I did this, not the Italian.
No,
this.
no. You don't. No, you don't understand, Jeremy. It took Alejandro getting second at Worlds twice in a row for Force Will to recognize Spanish as a language. Now let's keep going.
There you go. There you go. Respect. Flips over. We've seen this card before at Worlds. It was spoiled, but we've also seen the backside of it, which is Maya. Precision and Pierce, 1,000, destroy all J/resonators with flying your opponent controls, recover a stone. Whenever you play a wild skill spell, double the attack and defense of this card until end of turn. So, there have been Wind Rulers in the past that have been get big, have Pierce, kill. So we're just seeing a retread of that kind of concept, only she's going to get real big real fast.
Damn, boy, she's thick.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is very cool card. Very cool artwork on this card. It's cool to see kind of like a more aggressive green ruler as opposed to like the stereotypical like control green ruler that we've seen. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how many times you're actually gonna like. What's the over and under in terms of like how many wild skills you can really like chain together for like a whole last Maya OTK? I want to see what the math
3.
people can do on that is.
Probably 3.
No, but
like how many they could possibly do?
Yeah, I want to see this. I want to see the ceiling. Somebody gets Maya up to. Let's do the math here.
Okay, do the math.
Do the math. You keep going.
Okay. Well, we're going to jump into darkness. Oh, no, we still got 2 more skills to go through. So we've got Sudden Rise of Wind, 1 green wild skill. Play this ability. It's locked to it. Search your deck for a wind resonator of total cost X or less and put it into the field, where X is the number of entities with Magic Stone type wind Magic Stone you control, -2. Then shuffle your deck. I think this is something that people are like, oh, this isn't very good. I think people are forgetting the fact that the Regalia is a wind type Magic Stone wind type. And has quick cast. So like this deck is 100% just playing like Gusting Skies and Deep Woods instead of the 4C stones, so that your stones are wind stones as well. This can come down on turn 2 and get you any 1-drop you want out of the deck, if not a second, like a 2-drop out of your deck for 1. Like this is a very good card. Like
this
very,
card seems
very
nutty.
good.
Like real
Especially
nutty.
considering the fact that like Maya wants to be putting wind resonators from deck into fields. Like this card is potentially very, 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 very good. Yeah, no, this card is great. I think this is the kind of card that I think goes into a Maya leader tag partner support deck, because I definitely think that there are ways that you can play Maya as the support and Maya as the leader, but like that's fine with me to have this be the main kind of card for her. Next up, we have the card that everyone freaked out about for all 30 seconds and then realized it was okay. This is Stepping on Tiger's Tail. 2 green quick cast. Pay 0. Pay this card's cost if your opponent played 3 or more spells this turn. Cancel target spell. Mike, did you have... Mike, Mike, did you have will print a fair and balanced severing wins on your 2023 bingo card?
You know what? I did put it on the bingo card, but honestly, it should have been there.
Yeah. I mean, like, this card is totally fine. I think um this card is very, very cool. Um
Everyone's at home.
Severing wins at home. Yeah. Well, the thing is, to me, like, this is what I mean in terms of, like, you could have Maya available as a support partner, right? Because you could very easily put Maya and Four stepping on a tiger's tail in your sideboard if you're playing the tag partners, right? And just like swap in if you're playing against a combo deck. The other thing about this is a very balanced Severing wins. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, because the only way you can play it is if by playing a ruler that's a vanilla at the gate. Secondly, in today's era of Force of Will, with the cost curve we're at, non-combo decks are perfectly fine just playing 2 spells per turn. Most of the
That is
time,
correct.
2 spells per turn is all really most non-combo decks want to do. When you start to get to 3, 4, 5 spells a turn, that's when you're seeing those like greedy combos kind of start to go off, and this keeps them in check. I think 3 being the threshold for free punish, especially when it's something like a cancel or like angelic battle barrier style kinds of things, is the correct new threshold of when to start interacting and making things cheaper.
I also want to point something out very important about this card. Severing Winds, if your opponent did not play 2 cards in a turn, was absolutely fucking useless. This card, if your opponent doesn't play 3 cards in a turn, is okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like it's
It's
not
a
like
two
it's not
cost
great,
cancel. Like it's fine.
but it is a cancel. Yeah. Yeah.
You also can play Maya with it, so like, you know.
Yeah. This is a very like this is exactly what this style of like we know that angelic battle barrier got banned, and I think the problem was angelic battle barrier, the threshold for making it free was still too low, so the combo decks were just using it to their advantage, right? 3 is a spell where it's like, well, the combo deck's probably not gonna like Maya in general doesn't feel like a combo deck in general, but like 3 is a threshold of other decks interacting with the combo deck really only need 1 or 2 points of interaction, so this doesn't protect combos, but this is good against combos. So I like it for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely be playing it in my Maya He deck.
Yeah, go for it. This card's great. I think it's perfectly exactly what it needed to be. It's also a normal, so it'll be insanely easy to get as opposed to, Severing Winds, which was a super. It was so expensive.
One of the first ever super chance.
Like buyouts. Like, yeah. Now we're getting into darkness. We have Reinhardt, Shooting Star of Darkness, as expected. 2 black, 7/7. Ethereal J/Resonators you control gain barrier. Enter, banish any number of resonators other than this card. You get an XY Darkness Ethereal token, where X is the combined attack of everything you banished, and Y is the combined defense. And that token gains swiftness. And then you can banish an Ethereal Resonator, reveal him from your hand, and then draw a card once per turn during your turn, regardless of how many copies of Reinhardt you have in your hand. You can only do that once per turn. I am genuinely like Reinhardt the Ruler has entered the chat with this card. One of the things that was like, Alejandro can attest to it too because he's in the chat. One of the biggest problems with Reinhardt was that his engine to get his ethereals into the ethereal zone took too long in the beginning and didn't get him enough value. Now, Reinhardt from turn 1 has a free replenish, put something into the ethereal zone that's not God's Art. Like, this is really, really huge, both for the ethereal deck and for Reinhardt. Like, this is very, very good. Very, very cool card. Mike, any thoughts?
I definitely see the point of like it kind of like being a way to push Reinhardt, but I still think it's not enough to put him into serious top contention play. I want someone to prove me wrong, though.
Yeah, no, I definitely think this is the thing that puts Reinhardt from like rogue tier to tier 1.5. Like just out the gate, tier 1.5, probably a build out there that's tier 1. Like definitely puts it. Yeah. Yeah, Alejandro's like, I wanted to play Reinhardt at Worlds, but it was too slow. This one helps speed up Reinhardt like significantly.
Oh, and he's a
like even
2-cost human. I can bring him back down here. Your summon.
yeah, sure.
Sure.
This also gives Reinhardt like a win con outside of contract because arguably his J Ruler contract is like the most vulnerable of all of them. The other thing is that this will then protect the contract because the contract is an ethereal, and then this will just give it barrier, right? So like, there's a lot of things going for this card that helps both the ethereal deck and Reinhardt, which is crazy. I'm very excited to revisit it. Then we have a creature staring at. What this one's like mediocre. 1+X, put X 4/4 Darkness Resonator tokens into the field. At the next end of turn, they banish it, and your opponent's Jade Resonators you control gain +X until end of turn. I wish this was instead J/Resonators your opponent controlled gain -X until end of turn. This just overall doesn't seem super great to me.
This card's
Thoughts, Mike?
This card's really mid. Like this is like the most mid. Like you compared to the other X staring at cards.
Like
let me just
Maya's is maybe okay because you can like
CST
play a
is
couple
just
of
not
basic
it.
stones and like cheat it into play, kind of thing. But like this one is not. This one is just not great. There's a world where like now that we've seen the sudden rise of wind, right? There's something to be said about for Maya with her staring at. You can go like call stone, hit a windstone, opponent's turn, quick cast in contract, go to your turn, call a stone, you're at 3. Use one of the will to play werewolf beast staring at, put your wind basic magic stone on top of the deck, by digging down deep, play sudden rising, get Killua, get that stone into play immediately without having to play like a bunch of basics, right? I don't know what this does to support Reinhardt because it costs 3 will, Stein, because it costs 3 will to get 2 dudes, and you give your board a +2/+2 until end of turn. Like
the numbers don't make sense on this one.
It just doesn't make sense.
Cheap.
Yeah, to me it just doesn't line up.
I've talked about this card more than I wanted to. Let's go on to Purun.
Moving on. Yeah, we have Purun, the Fairy of Possessing Darkness. Now, this one's really good. 1 black flying ethereal entities you control gain fairy, and you can tap to just put a 4/4 Darkness Ethereal Resonator token into the field. And at the next end of turn, its controller banishes it.
Remember, this is a at next end of turn trigger, which means that if you do it after end of turn triggers, you have a 4/4 at the end of your opponent's turn that can now attack.
Play Purun, wait till your opponent's turn, tap it, carry over the token to your turn, swing in with the token. Like, this is a very good fairy.
You know what this makes me want to play again? This makes me want to play Vivian, Lady of the Lake. The original Vivian, because it creates 2 fairy bodies.
Fairy tribal, like, I don't... like, there's some good stuff
dude,
here.
This is a +4/+4 and 2 bodies. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, Purun is hands down the best fairy of the 5. Yeah, for sure. By herself, she doesn't need anything else to be good. She's just good by herself.
And you can Oberon her. You can Oberon and then Oberon flash her in, end turn, get the that, do the. There, I'm cooking, everyone. I'm cooking.
There's a fairy deck out there for sure. Fairy's got some much needed love with this set for sure.
Yep. And there's a lot of stuff that just works well with the old fairy support too. Like, also Vivian can just flash her in, and then Purun can do the thing, and then there's, you know what? There's some stuff. There's some stuff here.
Yeah. Next up, we have Stein's Graveyard. 1 black, nameless tribute. It's an addition. Banish 2 ethereal resonator tokens, produce 1 black. Play this ability only during your turn and only 1 nameless tribute ability per turn. So it doesn't matter how many Stein's Graveyards you have, you'll only ever get 1 Darkness Will per turn.
Fine.
I mean, I guess. Like, it's not.
I really don't think they needed to put a limiter on this thing. If you have to banish
I
2
think they did.
ethereals,
Dear heavens. No. Proper. I would say maybe let each possible graveyard do this once per turn, as opposed to just like regardless of how many copies you have once per turn. But please put a limit on free will.
Appreciate we will negative with a lot of this producing stuff, but that could just be me misremembering it. But whatever.
Now we have Dark Zombie Amaryllis, 1 black flower. J/Resonators your opponent control gain -2/-2 until end of turn. Banish this card. J/Resonator gains -8/-8 until end of turn. This flower is cracked. Like,
yeah, this one's pretty good.
This flower is absolutely cracked. The fact that I can pay 1 and just like 1,000 -1,000 -1,000 something, great, totally fine. And it just sits there, and until your opponent tries to do something, and you're like, eh. It just makes Super Bloom so gross. Can you imagine like Super Bloom and getting like 3 of these into the field?
Yes, you're very right. That's the thing. I felt like there was too many restrictions on it. One restriction had to be lifted to make it seem like it would be usable.
Yeah, for sure. I think they were probably being like really cautious of like potential like sack alter scenario or something like that, and so they were like and then they messed it up. Yeah, fear nerfing for sure.
They used to not fear nerf.
I'm glad they're fear nerfing. Next up, we have Zombie Revengers. 3 black zombie, swiftness, precision, 10/10. Enter. Your opponent discards a card and banishes a resonator. Pay 1 black. Put this card from your graveyard into the field. Only if 2 or more ethereal resonators you control were destroyed this turn. And boy, howdy, am I glad it says destroyed.
Yeah.
Because if this says 2 or more ethereal resonators were banished this turn, gross. This does set up nicely with Contract, because the Contract on enter pings stuff for damage and has Bane, so you can like pop your own tokens and then turn them into zombies, which is a very nice way to like make the Contract feel a lot more pressured. But outside of that, like, you gotta get them to grave. This is obviously a deck that's gonna be playing Rhea again, like immediately. Mikage Rhea reprint win. You need to go to bed?
No,
you
man.
Need to go to bed, buddy?
No, it's early here now.
Yeah,
I'm getting
for
used
sure.
to this.
This card's okay. This card's okay.
Yeah,
it's not great. Yeah, neat.
It's
That's
neat.
how I would put it. Next up, I think we have 1 more card so far.
3
more cards? Maybe.
No, we have Deathly March. Oh yeah, Deathly March, and then the Contract.
By itself, and then the Contract. So Deathly March, 1 black, Deathly Skill. Look at your opponent's hand, choose a card from among them. They remove that card from the game. Put 2 4/4 darkness tokens into the field. They gain at the next end of turn. This controller banishes it, and it has chaining, which I will go on record. Go on record. This to me means that chaining will not be you have to hold priority to be able to chain. Because this card does not have quick cast, but can chain. Which means that they want you to be able to like play a card during your recovery phase, recover, cast this. Right? Which means it doesn't have to be the immediate next thing. That cements it for me in how this is going to work. Yeah, I think this card's neat. I mean, it's obviously best if we chain. 1 drop, look at your opponent's hand and RFG something is pretty good. RFG something of choice is pretty good. And then sets up for your follow-up skill too. And also just like, this is another, strangely enough, even unchained, like this deck is going to be playing Nyarlathotep, the Usurper, the one that you banish 2 Darkness dudes to play it for free. So like, this is either look at your opponent's hand and RFG a card, or look at your or play an 8/8, look at your opponent's hand, discard a card, and potentially both.
Well, Jeremy, what if they've got a big threat on the field and you want to remove a card in their hand and also kill something? Oops, we have
Yogg-Sothoth. Or Haster. Yeah. Haster requires a red and a black, doesn't he?
No, a combination of red and black, any combination of them.
Ooh, that's good. We're playing some Cthulhu support with Incarnate. I'm down for that.
I'm not sure about 3 full months of this thing. I mean, to be fair, also, this artwork goes so hard. Maruyama Rui did not have to go this hard on the little spinal cord tendrils coming out of the back of him. That shit's so sick. This is the coolest artwork. I love this guy.
You already bought 3 full arts of the Nyarlathotep, the stamped Nyarlies. Yeah,
Oh, I thought you
pretty
meant
sure.
Deathly March.
The card that set's not out yet, so I don't know how he has 3 full arts of it already.
Listen,
Good card though.
you can figure it out.
Yeah. Then we also have we have Life Zapper, the Star Statue. Draw a card, put 2/4/4 Darkness Ethereal tokens into the field. That seems crazy to me. And then you can contract it. 6 conceal is X, where 6 is X minus the number of resonators that left the field this turn from both sides of the field. Keep that in mind. And then you can contract it with Stein. Flips over into the Stein the Deathly Star, 1,000,000 with Drain and Bane. That gives all of your ethereals a +2/+2. And it does 200 damage up to X target J/resonators, where X is the number of resonators that were put into your graveyard this turn. And then whenever you play a Deathly skill, you get a token, and at the next end of the turn, sack it, and you can banish a token ethereal resonator token to give it eternal and barrier until the end of turn. Like Stein's crazy. Like this card is insanely good.
It's got Drain Bane. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's got it's got Drain
Come
Bane,
on, man.
and it also just like gives pressure and protection just by playing cards. Like, oh, I played a Deathly skill. Well, I don't need to use this token for anything. Guess I have protection for Stein. Like, it's crazy. This card is very, very good. I honestly think this guy probably has the best contract. Like, in terms of J Ruler side, it just feels very, 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 very good. I'd also like to point out that we have a ton of stuff in Darkness that's just like banish a resonator as cost. And so the fact that this guy is just incidentally making resonators that you can just freely banish because they were going to die anyway is like, oof, like that's a lot. That's a lot.
It seems a little decent.
Seems pretty decent. Yeah, super easy to contract. Yeah, for sure. He will be the secret rare that I want the most right out the gate, for sure. Because I think he's going to be a lot of fun to play. Playing like black, maybe blue with Niklaus, because Niklaus sends stuff to the grave a lot and then gets to play things like the flower to bring him back and stuff like that. I don't know. There's something there for me. Black blue, I think, is going to be really cool. As Darkness wants to play slow and play removal. Yeah, I think Niklaus plus Stein is probably my first deck that I'm going to play in this format. I'm excited about it. Zombie man. Big old zombie
boy.
man. Oh,
No,
we
he's
also
not
got
a
some
zombie.
new...
He's a 7 stars.
Not a zombie, he's a 7 stars. We also did get our first, our new promos.
Oh yeah, we
have
can talk about those two, I guess.
We have Light of Hope, which is an old chant standby. If your life is 2,000 or less, put target attacking resonator on top of the owner's deck. J/resonators cannot attack until end of turn, which is actually an upgrade to the card because it used to just say resonators can't attack until end of turn.
Oh, interesting.
So now it hits. So now it hits J Rulers too. And then honestly,
Sure.
it's a retrain of the same OG artwork, just like stylized and like redone, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, I
Like
will say this artwork's really nice. If only the card was, playable.
K1. I'd play this in K1. Just like
No, you
take some
wouldn't.
hits.
Stop. Stop.
I would
Stop.
do it. I would do it.
Imagine Bilal having this.
Stop. Next up, we have Mechanical Engineer of Ma'at, which also is just kind of like a different angle of the same character. No real like changes to the character at all, but also just a really nice looking piece of artwork. Nice to look at.
Yeah. It's nice to look at. Never put it in your deck.
Waterfront Demon. Yep, that's another thing. Yep, just sack the ethereal tokens to Waterfront, who wants you to banish ethereal resonators to get more +1/+1 counters. Did I
Pretty
mention
good.
that I'm wanting to play black blue? Like, did I talk about this enough?
Jeremy, I have a sneaking suspicion that you really want to play black blue.
I do. I really want to play Niklaus plus the idea of like the zombie man and the pretty boy being teamed up is just like that's a romp. Those guys are gonna murder a bunch of people.
That's a buddy cop movie waiting to happen.
Yeah, exactly. It's a buddy cop movie waiting to happen. Yeah, just look up all the free banish effects. Yeah, Moan of the Dead. That's
Ooh.
one that you can use. Like, there's a lot of good stuff.
Just every incarnation card. Just hammer it in. Play Byakuya
Yeah,
on turn one. I don't care.
Nyarlathotep, Haster, play Yogg-Sothoth.
I want to play
Like,
Byakuya. I want to swing in for 18 flying damage. I just want to
yeah,
murder
let's do
someone.
it. Let's absolutely do it. But yeah, and that catches us up. Do you know that catches
Yeah,
us up?
we did it.
Yeah, we did it.
We spoiled
We're caught up.
cards.
We spoiled cards. I think we would have had another 15 minutes of content if Paul would have been here, but
I was about to say.
wouldn't have been me.
I mean, we could make content right now.
Yeah, we can do it. We can talk about it. What are you most excited to try for these cards? Like which color combination, I guess, in your mind of the 7 stars do you think is like one that you would want to play right out the gate? I've already talked about black blue.
Black white for me, honestly.
Black white?
After seeing the deathless skills and just the amount of hard control that Tina has in combination with the kind of
That's
hard
true.
control that Stein gets. And also, like, if I can finagle some way to give Ethereal Resonator swiftness, I'm pretty sure she's got enough board buffs to, like, kill somebody pretty quick.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the
that's
fact
kinda,
that you can make your fairies into ethereals with the
Yeah,
Purin
that's,
fairy is
like-
also like that's a real thing for sure.
Oh, Rusty,
That's one of the things that I'm.
What Sandwich would Stein have? Literally just nothing but rusty bolts.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
On
that-
white bread.
On white bread. Yeah. That's the one thing for me about that I'm so excited about is in looking at the counts. I think in looking at the counts of cards, if you include the super rares, it's 10 cards for each base color, not including the Marvel rare. It's 10 cards monocolored per color, at least from what we've seen so far, unless my count is wrong. But for me, that's then take those 10 cards, slap 2 contracts in there if I've got a bunch of spare contracts, slap a corresponding 7-star ruler, put 10 basic stones together. I've got a starter deck for Stein. I've got a starter deck for Reinhardt. I've got a starter deck for Tina. And so like the fact that I'm going to be opening up so much product and I'll be able to build these starter decks that already in them say, hey, you're liking ethereals? Well, in this starter deck you have, there's a thing that connects it to fairies, or there's a thing that connects it to flowers. Why don't you go buy a different starter deck too and try tagging them together rather than just playing it by itself? Like, these are so naturally built to encourage newer players to like try the mechanics in a very safe way and then naturally want to branch out. That is just very exciting to see design-wise. Yeah, and also the memorial packs. Like, water to light and darkness and play with Traveler in Wonderland. Yeah, that's possible too. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
You look very excited.
I'm looking very excited. Yeah, we just haven't seen any of like Sebin and Linus support. That's the thing. I will say this though. This Wednesday you will get to see all of Sebin and Linus support. Because I this Wednesday on my birthday will be opening a pre-release kit video, and we will premiere that on the channel on Wednesday for everyone in place of our regular feature match for this week.
For anybody asking, Jeremy is turning old.
I'm turning 32.
Oh, this guy's old.
Maya Branhart, Tina Alice, and Niklaus Stein. Yeah, those are good starts, I think, as well, Alejandro. Maya plus Reinhardt makes a lot of sense. Tina plus Alice, yeah, and then Niklaus Stein. And that uses all 5 of them. So that'll be cool. Thank you, Rustin. Thank you, everybody. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, we'll be showing off all of the other stuff this Wednesday during that premiere of the pre-release unboxing. There's a lot of cool stuff. You definitely want to come check that out. And we're super grateful for the opportunity to open that product early and show it off for people. It's going to be a good time. I think people are going to have a good time. Yeah, I'm turning 32. Yeah, for sure. That's me. Sorry, Alejandro. Do you think I was older?
Look at all the August birthdays in here. I just turned 29 last Sunday.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So, Mike, do you have any closing thoughts? We might just kind of end the podcast early because I don't really have anything else to talk about.
Honestly, no thoughts, head empty. Just the way that I like to play my red-green decks.
Which you will be able to do. So that's good.
Yeah, to play my Maya Heat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for us. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, I have been DMO73, joined by Mike Rance.
Good night, everyone.
Class dismissed.